Children. Welcome back to another late night video. Tonight's going to be a bit of a longer session than prior because, well, I was going to do one this morning, but lately I've been having something of a migraine crisis, so I didn't manage to get online. So, let's pick up where we last left off, shall we? We just returned to the Seamstresses Union. We were in need of a fixer, someone who can put together a team of other Shadowrunners like ourselves, because we're going to have to go and infiltrate an area that is either going to be under what this world considers Police Guard, which I think they're called Lone Star. Yes, Lone Star is the name. And then there's a bunch of corporate security that we might have to deal with, but who knows what we'll run into. Who's this? Full of life and with a quick smile, the man tilts his head and watches as you approach. Hey guy, what's shaking? A little of this, little of that. Hey that, Ome. I might have something for you if you got the Nuyen. Time is money, I'm listening. You ever hear of the Nephilim Network? Of course you have. An in-the-know guy like you must have heard of the premier merc team out there. If you say so. We're a tight unit. We cost a little bit more of the common rabble, but we're worth it. Okay. I'm surprised that didn't lead anywhere else. Oh, right, and our friend Coyote, after we helped her out getting her brother back out of that drug den, she'd actually managed to track down our contract issuer, Sam Watts, his sister, Jessica, as you can see here, and she agreed to meet us here at the Seamstresses Union to talk about Sam. Let's see what she has to say. She reminds me of someone as well. At a glance, you can tell that Sam's sister Jessica is from a different world, the opposite of Sam in almost every way. Her suit is tailored, her eyes are sharp, and her style exudes authority. Miss Watts, Jessica Watts. She eyes you up and down warily. She does a good job of hiding it, but it's clear that she is well outside of her comfort zone. Yes, and you are? Friends come Zelphis and cannot Sam among them. Used to work with your brother Sam. Zelphis, I'm looking into your brother's death. I was told as much on the phone. A woman who called herself Coyote contacted me this morning to inform me that my brother was dead, and that I should come to this place and speak to someone about an investigation. That's right, I was hoping you could come to the bottom of this. Very sorry for your loss. Thank you. And I appreciate you coming all this way. I'm guessing the Barrens isn't what you're used to. I must admit, it isn't. None of this is. By the way, for those of you who are curious, I will not be doing any sort of voice attempts with the females in this game because A, my voice is too deep, and B, I wouldn't even know where to begin. She then furrows her brow, regarding you more critically. You're not with the police, are you? Getting that a lot lately, but no. No, I'm not. Is that a problem? Her frown grows more pronounced. No, it's just that I don't want anyone else getting hurt on account of my brother. Surely there is an official police investigation going on. Why not let the professionals handle this? I am a professional. You must have better things to do than waste your time searching for whoever killed my low-life brother. First, Sam was my friend, and second, I'm being paid for my trouble. Someone's paying you? I find it hard to believe that anyone who really knew Sam would put up the money. Who is it? Sam, he hired me from beyond the grave. I don't understand. It's called a dead man switch. It's triggered when he died. Am I to believe that my drunken sod of a brother hired you to find the person who killed him after he died? Her boardroom mask drops momentarily, and in a sigh she reveals a brief glimpse of real emotion. I left Seattle to get away from Sam and his bullshit. Now I'm back. He's dead, and I still have to deal with him. She composes herself, and in a breath, the mask is back in place. Listen to me, Zelphis. You seem like a decent person. But I'm trying to move on with my life. Our mother killed herself last year, and Sam... well, Sam was Sam, you know? I've worked so hard to put my family issues behind me, I don't want to see this drag on. I would love nothing more than to give you closure and quickly. I appreciate that, but I think I'd prefer to just let it be. No one else is getting hurt. Just paying 100,000, can you be... Let's go with the honor option. I see that, never mind, I can see that you're not going to let this go, and I respect that you are honoring my brother's memory in your own way. But I hope you can understand how emotional this is for me. Jessica's demeanor instantly changes from reluctant to helpful in the span of a single meditative breath. Maybe you can do things in a way the police can't, and maybe I can help. What do you need of me? When was the last time you saw or spoke with Sam? It's been ages, I can't even remember. There was a note on Sam's body, sounded like an apology. I'd offered to meet up and bury the hatchet. It was signed, Jessica. I wrote many such notes in the beginning, but I haven't made such an effort in a long time now. I don't know why he would have kept it. Did Sam have any enemies? Sam's biggest enemy was Sam. I don't know any others. He would likely know better than me in these days. Were you and your brother close? I think I've made my feelings about Sam pretty clear, don't you? You don't sound sad that he's gone. I mourned losing Sam long before he died. Yeah, show the picture. Oh, to explain this, by the way, for those of you who were not here yesterday, when we were searching out Sam's bunk, basically we unearthed a picture of Sam and Jessica when they were children, and apparently they were twins at one point in the distant past. And the relationship to me actually quite close and actually familial. So seeing them like this and how things have changed is kind of, for me, sad, but again, people do grow and they do change, and their choices can take them away from one another. Jessica takes the photo from you guardedly, as if it might sting her, but that guard drops the moment she looks at it. Where did you find this? Sam's bunk. I can't believe you kept this. It was one of the few possessions. He looks much like his kids, and happy. She smiles through a brief reverie. We were twins, partners in crime, best friends. What happened between the two of you? Things were different back then. We were different. We were a family. Then, after our father died, things began to change, and we couldn't get back to our new normal. Get back to a new normal. With our dad around, there was always a reassuring order to our lives, but after, everything got mixed up. You can never really appreciate the importance of a person in your life until they're gone. The remorse plays wet across her eyes, and it seems that she's not just talking about her father. Jessica then steels herself to tell the rest. Sam tried to be the man of the house. He truly did, but he couldn't handle it. And pretty soon he had spent every dime of our father's life insurance. Every dime. And after that was gone, with Mom working 2 and 3 jobs, he spent all of her money too. I couldn't stand the way he abused her trust, so finally I just had to leave. She holds the photo forward, one part ready to relinquish it along with the past, and another looking to hold on to both. Yeah, sure. Sorry, it's evidence. What a dick thing to do, but please do. Tell me about your mother and her death. She was a devout Catholic. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that she sacrificed her life for Sam and me. But she turned a blind eye to what Sam was becoming, refused to acknowledge his downward slide. I couldn't watch her do it anymore, and I had moved out. After I left, we drifted farther and farther apart. I wasn't there when she died. In fact, I didn't even know about it until I returned to Seattle 5 months ago. Where were you living before you moved back here? Cal-free. I know that's a reference to something out of the original Shadowrun background fluff, but I don't know it more. I wish Raffle was here. He'd be able to go like, aha! And immediately expound on it, but sadly no. What brought you down here? It was less of what brought me there and made me leave here. I felt lost in Seattle, so I moved to California to see if I could find myself. And did you? Actually, yes. While I was there, I developed a whole new outlook on life. A vision for what the world could become, and I came back here to help make it happen. This is always a tricky question for an investigator to ask, but where were you on the night of Sam's murder? I will overlook the implied accusation and tell you that I was at a fundraiser all evening. A very crowded fundraiser. I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you, Miss Watts. Just as well, I need to get back to the office. Before I go, you should know that I'm reinterring my mother's body tomorrow, and I'm arranging to have Sam buried with her. The funeral is tomorrow at Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament, 7 o'clock. You're more than welcome to attend. Wouldn't miss it. Goodbye, Zelphis. I hope you find what you're looking for. Stay safe. Alright, so that does answer a few questions, but it also raises several more. But before we go any further, anyone in chat, if you can tell me how the audio quality is. We've been having some issues with that last night and the night before, so if it's a little quiet or if it's a little too loud, either my speaking or the background music or audio for the game, I'll go ahead and adjust that as we go. Because for me, I can't tell. The audio spikes are showing in the green, but again, What are the little things? Oh, our old friend Coyote. Which I can apparently talk to you from a long distance. What the hell? When Coyote sees you, her eyes glisten with gratitude. There he is, the man of the hour. How's Gino doing? Oh, by the way, for a little bit of an explanation for those of you who are not here, Gino is her cousin. They both grew up in a very bad part of town, in a tenement that is run by neurological drug dealers and sim centers. So Coyote has actually, for the last several months, been trying to find her cousin because she got out of the game, but he fell deeper and deeper into it. So the mission before this one, which you can find on the video from yesterday, actually showed us as we went through and saved him from that life. So this is just a kind of a follow-up. Hard to say. He's pretty burnt, malnourished, and dehydrated too. Paco's taking care of him. Paco's her boyfriend. He's got friends who know about that kind of thing. He's a good man, that Paco. The world looks pretty different to me now that I've got Gino back. What happens now? Now I'm going to finish my shift and get some sleep. I think I'm due for some. After that, probably buy some ammo. I'm running low. See you around, and don't forget about me if you need some backup of your own. Oh, it's a little quiet, Rudy. Here, let me go ahead and alt-tab out and fiddle with that then. Alright, how's that? I've upped the volume a little bit more for the game. Should be a little louder. How's that? Also, I love how every time I tab out of this game, it shoots me into the little corner. Oh, hey, it's our friendly neighborhood bouncer. Glad to see you well, Zelphis. And thanks, big guy. How's everyone here doing? There's a good bit of nervous energy in the place, for sure. Word got around about the latest Ripper killing, and people aren't feeling safe. And when people feel unsafe, they either go aground or they huddle up. You know how empty the streets are these days. That's because everyone's either locked in their squats, holed up in places like this, or seeking refuge in the nearest Universal Brotherhood chapter house. Safety's in numbers, chummer. Not that we need numbers here, I got it covered. I bet you do. I always get the feeling that a lot of the interactions with him, the third option always kind of flirts a little bit or on the danger side of, hey. But again, not my style. I'll bet you do. See you later, Mr. Boy. Later. And Mr. Delilah. I should talk to him. If you're talking to me, there's business to transact, am I right? Of course you're right. Thanks for the job. You're right. Good job to be right. That's correct for a smart guy. What can I do for you, smart guy? I need to put a crew together. You got scratch, you planning to pay me out of your earnings. How much is this going to cost me? Well, for your speed, hired help run you about $1,200 a head. If you start taking on tougher jobs, well, the more experienced the runner, the higher the rates. I can pay the runners up front. Excellent, we agree on terms. I've got some runners on call if you've got any special requests. Yeah, I got some stuff to take care of first. I'm one of those people who likes to gear up before going into a mission, and we've actually upgraded quite a bit, so we'll see how that takes us. And I'm glad that fixed it for you, really. Again, Raffle's the more technically proficient of the two of us, so him being able to fiddle with stuff and tinker is sorely missed in this current time. Alright, so we've got 1 revive kit, 4 med kits of standard quality, which is the only ones we've got right now at this current stage of the game, and 1 fragmentation grenade because, hey, they liven up the party. What does our doc have going for her? Come on, over there. I still think that little demon thing's adorable. Dr. Castle glances up, only briefly through her charts. Her impish friend, on the other hand, tracked her every move like some sort of humanoid raptor with a mouse under its shadow. Live to see another day, have you? So that remains to be seen. Still more work to be done. So long as you end up here in the end and not on some organ grinder's table, I'm satisfied. Yeah, out of all the characters in the game, she's like really one of the best wingmen you can get. Granted, a repeat customer means a person courting death more often than a good doctor should condone, but I don't suppose I can dissuade you from your course of action. If only life was so simple. Very well, then let's talk about how I can ensure you make it back alive once more. How'd you fall into this operation anyway, Doc? Dr. Castle pauses in her work, setting down her tablet and appearing to grow introspective. I suppose you might expect that I had a fall from grace. Certainly, that is the case with many of my peers. If not that, you might think that it was compelled to do this because of a friend or a family member who became a Shadowrunner, and I hurried to their assistance one fateful night. But the reality is that I grew up knowing that this is what I would do with my life. My parents were both Shadowrunners, and very successful ones at that. So successful they retired in a very large house and raised a litter of kids who grew up hearing the impossible tales of the parents' younger years. Of course, we were expressly forbidden to follow in other footsteps, but we were all expected to attend university and take full advantage of the opportunities they had fought so hard to give us. So, Mom and Dad were proud to see me pursuing a medical degree, and they had only minor reservations about me applying that expertise to the treatment of Shadowrunners. After all, they never would have survived long enough to meet and fall in love if not for the ministrations of several street dogs along the way. So, I suppose you could say I was born into this life, after a fashion. She resumes her work after picking up her tablet. Is there anything else I can help you with? Yeah, I'd like to take a look into the cyberware. Now, this is one of the really cool aspects of the game. You, in this entire universe, the possibilities for human augmentation are a reality. So we've already gone up from, we're still at the basic level of stuff. When we first began the game, we could only have, which is the universal data jack and the basic plating. But now we've branched out. We have access to a Silvertech cyber arm, which you can apply to both arms, by the way, for double the bonus. Silver technology-based replacement limbs that add an additional 6 health points per arm. Not bad, but still, at our current level of cost, and we are going to be hiring Shadowrunners down the road, so we have to keep that in mind if they run roughly 1,200 ahead. Vision magnification eyes add a plus 3% chance to hit. Not bad. Shiawaze, I'm probably mispronouncing that, but if anyone else knows how to say that properly, let me know and I'll try and correct myself. Bone lacing, plastic. It adds plus 1 to body, which ups your health points. As, that's a really cool name for a company, by the way. As Technology Cybering, basic. Basic powerful metal legs replacements, and they add 8 health, can't talk, adds 8 health points and 1 quickness. And you can apply it to both 1 and 2. So imagine how we've doubled them. Now we've doubled down, but bear in mind this is important. Current essence and essence after operation. The more essence you have, the higher the rate of augmentation your body can sustain without diminishing your quote-unquote magical capabilities. But since we're not playing as a magical character, that's not really a problem for us. We're a tech, we're a hacker, and infiltrator, basically. Those are our primary technological bonuses, but for people who are playing as mages, shamans, battle clerics, stuff like that, that actually comes into play and starts to affect them a lot more severely than if you're just like a street samurai. And let's see if the upgrades have applied to medical. Alright, so we've got some upgrades to basic revive and regular basic medical kit. So nothing from her now. We're good. And Algernon, which we don't really talk to that much, but I'll show him to you for the sake of argument. The elf called Algernon appears to be in a hushed but intense conversation as you approach. However, the other party of this discourse is nowhere to be seen. Turning to greet you, Algernon dismisses his invisible associates with a wave of his hand. Welcome, fellow child of the Sixth World. What can I help you with today? Let me see what you've got. So, again, if you were a mage or a shaman or things of that nature, you would probably start buying these to help augment your playstyle. And the prices vary from, like, say, physical adepts, earth elemental, definitely shamanistic in approach. So, nothing for us here. Tell me a bit about yourself, Algernon. My story is not so different from those who have come before. I am but a merchant, no one whose wares are far from unpaid. I came from the Tier Nagar 4 years ago, after the governor of Seattle signed an exclusive trade agreement with the Council of Princes. And so the flow of magical goods coming to pass in the city's ports. So have I. At times I miss the Tier, but as unlikely as it may sound, this new home of mine is far more interesting. And that's all I wanted to know. And this man here is actually our merchant for all things clothing. Now what we have is good. It's not the best, but it's good for what we need right now. I don't really feel like spending 750 credits to upgrade for more armor and a little bit more HP. Yeah, dodge chance wouldn't be a bad choice, but yeah, we don't need it. go ahead and hit up the tech department. And let's see what he's got available. Actually, before we do that, let's see if we can upgrade a little bit. Yeah, 22 points, I'll take that. Alright, so let's bring ourselves down to the intelligence department. Just to hit enemies. Matrix. Drone control's not up there on my big list of to-do things, but ranged combat improved. Yes, indeed. Have to upgrade the quickness once again. Not enough for a dead-eye shot, but we're getting there. That would be fun. Let's hold off on that for later. Biotech, bonus hit points recovered. Not bad. Really upgrade to the next deck. I don't think we're going to need it this low in the game, but I'm one of those people who's kind of like, hey, while we're at it, why not? So I don't know why we start with 2 willpower. I think that's just our human nature, but we'll see. Alright, I'm going to save the karma for later. Got 1 point left. Alright, Fry, let's see what you got. Alright, now this is important because we don't actually have healers yet to go with our technology trees. We're not so special for deckers, which is what we are. Inside most of the worlds, they'll have technology interfaces that allow us to access what is basically a global-wide network of the internet mixed with future tech. It's called the Matrix. Don't make jokes. We've had quite a few in the last few days. Where we, as our avatars, then use our hacking abilities and special attributes to fight and steal data or adjust systems that affect things in the real world. So, first and foremost, I'm going to buy the Summoner. Programs, first and foremost, must have. Heal yourself. Definitely. Killer. Oh wow, that's actually really good. Yes, please. Now, here's where the decks come into play, because if you don't do that, you're actually going to suffer for it down the road. You can only bring per deck. I'll show you when I talk to our friend here. We've got a Sony CTY-360. Probably make a joke out of that, but for entertainment purposes, I'll leave that alone. We can only handle 3 programs at a time, and 1 special attack. 4, 2, this grants us 2 evasion, and an IP damage of 175, and action points of 3 versus 2. This is not a bad idea for an upgrade, but I'm going to skirt it just to be on the safe side. Besides, down the road, the levels will change. We'll have to sell the old ones and then purchase new ones. And this guy cracks me up every time because he's a gun nut of conscience. The orc stands and looks every bit like he's waiting for a commanding officer who can Christmas salute. Who he can Christmas salute. He only appears at ease when he's cleaning the barrel of a rifle or counting out the bullets in the magazine. The rest of the time he appears as he is now, ramrod straight and five for anything. Alright, Rudy. Take it easy, man. Good night. How are you, my friend? Fine day to fire a weapon. What say you? Tell me a bit about yourself, Buster. Were you military? After a fashion, yes, sir. Sergeant of the 31st California Militia. It's no longer a recognized unit, and there are those who say we never were. But someone had to stand up to the tier, and it fell to us. Tier... I was always stumbling with this word. Terran guy? Yes, sir. I was in Cal Free when the elves came marching down from the north in 36. After UCAS pulled their support, we had little in the way of organized defense. But what we did have was a stockpile of weapons and ammo down in Oakland. Well, it's nice to see that in 2050 nothing has changed. The locals in NoCal held out long enough for us to bring the heat, and I tell you, all the magic hoo-ha in the world ain't gonna stop a B-11 hot rock from cracking your dome. We drove them elves all the way back to Wairika. Would have pushed them all the way back to Portland too, but some ninny down south reached out to the Japanese for aid and got our own version of Normandy for the trouble. Things went to hell in a handbasket from there. Not much like to talk about those later days. So, let's talk guns instead. Gonna hit with it. Now again, depending upon your playstyle, you might prefer pistols, shotguns, submachine guns, rifles. We're taking the rifle build this time around. And so far, the only thing you can upgrade to is, well, from an AK-97 is to a Semipal BZ-88B. Same damage, same range, which is long. The only thing that's changed is the capacity of 4 bullets. Is that worth 800 credits? Sorry, Union? Absolutely not in my opinion. But we'll come back later and get better guns. I have found that in this game, managing economy is very, very important. Also, bringing some of your heal will save you infinitely more. Alright, let's get our squad together. I'm ready to go. Let's see him. Alright, so Shannon is a pickup from our last mission. She's actually the one that's brought us back out to find... pick up the trail of the killer who's been going around harvesting organs from citizens of Seattle. So we can't leave her behind. Thankfully, though, she's not costing us any money, and as a shaman, she brings haste, which increases the friendly target's action points by 1 for 2 rounds. And a mana bolt. She sure... Oh, and she can summon force. Yes. Not really sure about shamans myself. Alright, so let's see. Human adept who brings a machete, a pistol, like hands, benefits, and resistance. Brings an axe, grenades, drugs, Ollie won't. Nice name. No chances of playground or furniture game. Alright, nice. So she's a decker, which I already am. She brings a pistol and a machete. And a single exit. Alright, she's not even at all worth that money. Poor tags. Drugs and bites, nose, another decker. Mage. Weaken armor is very good. Flamethrower, mana bolt. Both of these are kind of hit or miss, but they do decent damage and they don't have much in the way of action points. And armor is actually quite good. We'll hold on to her as a consideration. Mage, this time human. Power bolt, pistol, mana ball, heal, and aim up and armor. I mean, heal is very good, but alright. Rigger brings a drone, and that's it, so we'll ignore him. With a drone and an axe. Hey, Street Samurai! These are what we need. We have a machete, pistol, and an okay. Sorry. I love that loadout. That's fantastic, and being a troll, she's going to have a huge health pool, so she's going to be our front runner. Shaman. Great. Dwarf Shaman. Haste and hair. Not impressed. Oh, the Nephilim there. Or Nephilim. Let's see what they've got for us. A human assassin, 3 weapons, trash, not interested. Street brawler, not interested. Or person. Burned out mage. Shotgunner. Blindness is good. Weakness. Combat mage. I don't know why people would play one of those. They sound really weak. Combat decker. Yeah, I mean, this Nephilim network's actually got really terrible people. Dwarf support mage. Heal, weaken armor. Well, you're hired. This is pretty well balanced. I like this. This could either be extremely good or it could be extremely terrible. Return to the docks. You return to the docks to meet Shannon Halfsky. Although the Ripper's latest victim was her brother, but Shannon appears cool and professional. A consummate runner by birth, if not by trade. She'll get the job done, and hopefully one of the hearth spirits in this place can point you towards the Ripper. Dealing with spirits can be tricky business, but when they deliver, it's pure platinum. One doesn't have to be a meridian shaman to summon and control spirits. Anyone with magic talent can do it, but Shannon seems to have a particular connection to the spirit world. As you approach the gate, you know something's not right. The docks, already strange and uncomfortable at night, trigger the need for caution. Then you see it. The guards are missing and the gate's been smashed in. Okay. Well, the plot thickens. Alright, so these are all the things we have in our stash. I'm going to give more of a health kit to our troll, Hidden Fancy. By the way, she looks friggin' awesome, just gonna say that. Let's see, Nitro, Strength and Willpower. Phosphorus Grenade, you damn right I'm gonna give her a Phosphorus Grenade. Whoa, Angry Dwarf. Alright, so what can we give him that would help out? Strength and Willpower, Quickness and AP. In case things go sideways, yeah? Let's go. About time you showed up. Looks like we're the only ones who want to take advantage of the situation. A bunch of mercs have locked down the area. I don't think they're here for us, though. My guess is there's something worth a bit of coin left in the warehouse. Problem. Well, it was for Lone Star. They're all dead. You're a better shot than they are. Well then, let's go find out. Oh, scrolling hard. You there! This block is off limits. We've got a gas leak on the docks here. No loitering. This guy's like one of the hired mercs. Hey, are you even listening? Get out of here! Really, guy? They aren't paying you, especially not once Lone Star sends a response team. Frag, I knew she was lying. Told me they jammed all the Lone Star channels. Damn it, I'm out of here. There he goes. Ooh, yeah, these guys did not last long at all. Also, I love the fact that I'm out front, but the only other person who's keeping up with me is the troll. Ah. Boy. Well, it's nice of them to, like, run out the open this way. Not bad. Let's get cover. She can't do much. 8 damage, rather subpar, but I'll take it. Look at our friendly dwarf. I'd rather have them run to us and get ooh, that's a mistake. You have so let's go for the kneecap. That's what actually fun. And name shot. Oh, 24 damage from a critical hit. Brutal. Alright. Move up. Now let the dwarf pick that up. Let's ease the warehouse. Just what we need. Come up where you have a better view. In this game, having line of sight is actually a lot more important than you expect. So, let's see what trouble I can coming up here. Okay, there's one left. That guy hiding in the Ooh, shit, 16 damage. Oh, wow. And with her health pool, it's just kind of like, is that the best you can do? 16 damage to me would have been absolutely painful, so... yeah, we're gonna undo that. Glorious. And let's give her some armor. Just to make things even worse for our enemy, I'm going to give her one more action. So, hey kids, how y'all doing? Time to delete this person, I think. Alright. Oh, a crit, 24 damage. I have to say, shotguns in this game feel really beefy, and when they actually do hit, oh, beautiful. Alright, so combat has ended. We're back in the moving around exploration phase. See if there's anything around here we missed before we head over the side. Although, with the way the map is set up, especially with it being like this really funky terrain, I doubt it. But I'd rather look around than not. Spirit talk. You head inside the darkened warehouse with Shaman. Her eyes have that far-off gaze associated with looking into the astral plane. When the world changed, the Native American tribes made a resurgence as well, demanding a place in the new world. They got it. The Salish shit. Alright, anyone who's of Native American history or ancestry here, I would apologize for butchering these names in advance. The Salish Shidhi Council now represents 8.6 million Amerindians across a multitude of tribes. Salish, Maka, Sinsarash, and others. They've adapted to the awakening better than other nations, thanks to a deeper connection to the world, both physical and spiritual. You can see that connection alive in Shaman now. You notice the shift in her focus as she returns to the present. She nods to you. She can sense the spirits in this place, and you just need to find them. Fun, fun. Find the data or we're dead meat. Alright, so we have to keep Shaman alive and defeat the other Shadowrunners. Seems simple enough. Also, I love I love how the game kind of glitched out there on our run animations. It transitioned from movement to combat phase. It's like, ah, don't mind us, we're just in the power slide. Alright, so let's get our front runner to cover first. Things go really bad. Shaman to cover. And our other mage to cover targets. They're both very fragile, but we can use them to help us. So first and foremost, I want this target to just let's take the armor down a pinch. And I move so 15 damage, not bad. And 24 damage with a crit. I have to say, she's turning out to be my favorite character in the crew so far. Okay, so they're going after me. Quick note on tactics, though. If the main character, your Shadowrunner, your what have you, doesn't matter what you play, if your main character goes down, game over, you lose, enough Pasco, $20 to day, sir. If any of the other party members go down, you can revive them as many times as you like, as long as you have the kits to do so. Otherwise, you're shit out of luck. But they made a critical error with me having my full range of points. We're now going to delete one of these people. However, before we do that, let's first make sure that I can handle the return fire. Let's weaken. That's good. Alright. Let's add a little bit of haste to my gears. Now, delete it. 10, 10, 25. Jesus, orcs have so much health. Right. Kind of a lackluster there, but whatever. Very good. Alright, I'm going to take a hit from this axe. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, it's only 4 damage. That's not bad. Good day, sir. Sadly, I just reloaded. Okay. Let's see now. And a bolt to the face should do. They don't have line of sight, so okay. I can't fire a magical bolt of energy, but I can fire a pistol. Whatever. Up. The haste. And let's switch out to AK-97. Oh. Alright. How about that salvo? Oh, well, that did nothing to it. It's fine. Oh, I can do more. Actually, you know what? Let's help the team. Mark this right now. Oh, honestly, blocked. Alright, let's try it now. All that for 4 damage. Well, at least she's helping. We'll see a little more help. Hidden Fancy, I swear, you're becoming the MVP of this entire crew. Alright. Armor up our half-sized friend. Alright, we're still in the combat stance, so we might not get out of this just yet. Check out that door. Nothing of interest in room number 1. Check out room number 2. Let's get her to cover first, and then I'll move someone over there. Alright, time to sprint. Oh, I didn't want her to open the... Look, lady, just stand back. And we can't open anything, so... Alright, we continue on. This shotgunner, big threat. And then there's this guy. Exactly the result I was hoping for. Alright, so... my turn. Oh, 24 damage, love it. Oh no. Yeah, notice that 12 damage took me down to half health, where she took 16 damage earlier in the round, and almost no penalties. That is the difference between having better body type versus less body type. Little dwarf friend. Heal me. Still got some power left. Go ahead and... coming up. 4 damage. Her first asshole was our sperm. Well, you know what? Aww. I knew it was kind of a long shot, but hey. Double burst, double tap. Ah! Perfect. Well, first and foremost, let's find that, whatever that is. Ares flight recorder. Find the payday the data runners went after. Assuming that's it. We can probably find a fence for that down the road if I have any... excuse me. If we have any luck, it'll be that same guy we talked to earlier, Mr. Delilah. I will now summon the spirit. Forgotten souls. Oh, that's spooky. The air grows cold, and the spirits of dead children coalesce from the vapor of your breath. Their cherubic faces are burned, and their lips quiver as if they are about to cry. But their eyes are round and vacant, and they glare at you now, blinking. We are the innocents who have perished in the flames, choking on smoke, as we fell from the sky, crying for our mothers. You bring anchors to your world, which was once home to us. We will use them to testify, which are the first magical fetish of the spirits. You no longer see the world of flesh, seeker, only the essence and the auras of living things. Words, though. Words may echo through the veil, and sometimes we may hear them. Last night, this place was filled with a scream that went on and on, drawing us to it. It was a man crying out for a witness as he died. And so we came to bear witness, but fled in terror before the malevolent spirit that profaned the man's remains. This spirit was other. It was not of this place. It had twisted its way through the veil, through the dark, to come here. Alright, that can mean either it was an actual spirit like we saw earlier with the one that was sitting on the shoulder of our doctor back at the hub, or he could be speaking of a metahuman because in the lore of this, our world and others sort of commingled and meshed together, and other races started popping up on Earth, and magic, there was a return of what was called magic to the world. So, just a theory, I could be completely wrong. When the other had gone, and we returned to our vigil, we found 2 creatures of flesh. One you would call an elf, unsullied by technology, and able to channel the energies of the cosmos. Yet his spirit was corrupted from within. He was dark, twisted, yet not like the other, so we did not flee. The second we knew to be a troll. Ribbons of his essence had been flayed from him, leaving cold machinery behind. His aura was of the aura of one simple and confused. Between elf and troll lay the remains of the man whose sister now chants to us for justice. The elf, his essence remains in this place, where the man died. Something has been left behind. A small part of him, perhaps. last, you shall bear witness to hear the words of the elf and troll. Prepare yourself. Your stomach lurches, the spirit passes into you, a heavy presence settling somewhere deep within your soul. You simultaneously feel like driver and passenger as time folds in on itself and you experience the moment. After the murder that took place here the night before, you don't so much as see the elf and the troll as you feel them. You idiot, there's no... meticulous elf. Also, who does that look like from earlier? Let's see if I can remember how to do his voice. You idiot. There's no need to anesthetize him. He's already dead. Yeah, slovenly troll. Sorry, doctor, I usually put them out before you go to work on them at the hospital. This one volunteered too? Yes, they all volunteer. Just like I volunteered for this little bit of butchery. Alright, so they work at a hospital. Our presence goes weary. Spirit, can you tell us any more? Spirits begin to fade, all but one. Its eyes harden and it takes its full measure of you, as if to commit everything about you to memory. No, you must not stay. The spirit's gone, the young shaman releases her hold on the magical tether connecting her and the other realm. She reels from the backlash, or perhaps from the emotional toil of knowing her brother's last moments. They saw him. They were with him when he died. You alright? She takes a series of controlled breaths, only shuddering with the first few. No, but I will be. I don't want that for him. Not what those poor souls have endured. My brother deserves to be free. Can't get much more free than death. Yeah, let's not use that one. He is free. What we do now, we do for the living. Thank you, and you're right. This isn't over yet. To find that piece of the elf the spirit spoke of, it's our best hope of stopping this. Oh boy, another scavenger hunt. It's amazing how much this warehouse turns into one. Let's check the room we haven't explored yet. By the way, yes, I'm very paranoid about clicking over things. Old school adventure games have taught me this. Oh, you want to find the bonus items, do you? Well, we've hidden it away somewhere. Good luck, chum. In fact, Ruffle plays a lot of the old school games on here. And there's been more than a few where you click on one random piece of wall and suddenly it's like, you've discovered a secret. Would you care to explore further? Ah, that's already demarcated. Never mind. DNA evidence. Blood. That's what the spirit wanted us to find. The piece of my brother's killer. It's not much, but it's enough. She scowls at it, looking every bit like she intends to reach through the small sample and dismember its owner from afar. And perhaps she can. Can you track him with that? I can, given enough time. But I'm still feeling quite drained. I'll need to rest before I can try anything so involved. When I'm able, I'll commune with Bear. I'm not sure if she means a shamanistic spirit or a person. Consult the spirits and do what must be done. But in the meanwhile, we might take some portion of the sample to pursue a more conventional avenue of attack. I have some friends who might be able to help with that. Good. Let me know if you learn anything new about this elf and troll pair. And should you find them, I want to be there when they are brought low. I want to see the light leave their eyes. My brother. We'll just go with that option because it's the one she wants to hear. The one she wants to hear. So we know they work at a hospital. I know it's the creepy elf from earlier. There's no other one that's got that weird template. After hours, when you return to the Seamstresses Union in the early hours of the morning, it seems a completely different place. Bereft of the normal crowd that haunts it, the bar feels desolate, almost abandoned. It's eerie, like the back hallways of hotels and shopping malls. But you finally have a break in your case, a sample of the Ripper's blood. You just need to find someone who can help you analyze it. Without its colorful staff and cast of regulars and posing tourists, the Union feels hollow. The front bar and lounge are deserted except for a handful of janitors. is it doing here? Down around the end of it back. Miss Kabuta and her coterie gather at breakfast. The lady herself doing the cooking. The smell of soy calf and something resembling sausages fill the room. Ohio, would you like some forgive me alive? You look like hell. Thanks. Just the welcome I'm looking for. Checks over on some of your nocturnal activities. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. Hey, good to be back in one piece. Good to have you back. I can tell that you've been busy, and I can see by the look on your face that there's something you need. Is it about the Ripper? Could be. I won't know until I get something analyzed. I will unlock the piano so you can go downstairs. Someone down there should be able to help you if they are awake. It's like going to visit the Matrix before the day is done. May I take a sausage? Take the whole plate? Hey, you gotta keep your fuel up, even if the food tastes terrible. Good evening, sir. What's the word around town, Mr. Clouet? There's been more talk of the Ripper killing. Some people are saying they're hate crimes on account of the victims all being human. What if I told you the prime suspects were an elf and a troll? Still doesn't mean the killings are racially motivated. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% human. Close your eyes and throw a rock, you're more likely to hit a human. Doesn't make it a hate crime. It's still a crime though, and that should be enough. This is the first real rise we've seen out of Mr. Clouet, but he reins himself in with a roll of his thick shoulders and smoothing of his jacket. Don't worry, we're gonna get started. God, could you imagine a giant troll throwing rocks into a crowd? Just like, yeah, this is for science. Don't worry, not gonna start throwing rocks. We want to reinforce the stereotype. I'll leave you to your business. Fair enough. The digital world. We're doing a lot of legwork on this job. It is going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper. The Matrix, the cybernetic analog of Inside the Grid, the worldwide computer network. A digital world, information brought to life. Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work while your meat body's left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data. I see, counter-intrusion programs and other jacked-in runners. Cyberspace has its many dangers as the meat world, and more. Locked doors, security countermeasures, and black IC that can fry a decker's brain. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked, if you aren't careful. Get dump shocked out and your brain gets fuzzy for a bit. Get hit by the enemy decker and you can die. Which is a really, really cool aspect of the story for this entire universe. Morning, you look like you've been up all night. You've seen some action too. Feels like you used a shower. Can I have you two do a DNA analysis on blood sample? The doc guessed what is set up for that. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip. Could decode DNA using a voltage change instead of light. That would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. I just read a journal about it. The information's still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? That's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. But that's where I come in. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track its owner down via the Matrix drive. Will do. When we have the DNA, you can do it. Zelphis, when David gives me the blood sequence, I'll jack in and help him trace the blood sample back to its source. These guys at this works with me find the City Ripper. No shit, I mean, Drek. He turns to Johnny excited. Wake up, Johnny boy, we got work to do. And Zelphis, if you need to gear, I'll be right there. I just got a second wind. Meet up in my rig, Zelphis. Oh, it's our fence. Perfect. Peace and quiet tonight. You got something for me? I got a flight recorder. Damn. Alright, well, 2,000 is still more than I had. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have the information we can track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results. Considering it was his first attempt, he was utilizing an unproven technique he'd read about in the science journal. And he was working from memory on mental sleep. It does sound fascinating this time later if you want to learn about it. Yes, maybe we can sit down with David and we can share his research. But let's stay focused. Here's what I'm thinking. Hit the Lone Star DNA database first to see if our donor has a prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives, and we can go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the text and jack into the Matrix. I can get into their private grid easily, but I've got to warn you. Once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much decking experience do you have? Pretty damn good. Great, I'll come with, just in case any IC decides to crash our party. Nothing wrong with a little bit of braggadocio, I guess. First and foremost. Let's upgrade our deck. Hey! Perfect, I want to upgrade before we go any further. Absolutely, let's spend 1,000 for that. There we go. Okay. Good. By the way, the inventory system in this is a little wonky. You have to sell things independently. You can't just do it on your own volition. And hey, we recouped 400 credits out of that expenditure. Perfect. Is there any level 2 stuff for us yet? Programs. Master 2, degree level 2. Had a killer degree. Yeah, degree level 1. Bring that with degree level 2. Now we gotta go sell the other one. Alright, now we can hop into the Matrix. He's got all this stuff, he's good to go. Oh, shit. Whoops, I broke it! Super hoping that I can do this properly, but apparently I forked it. Oh, things that happen in the Matrix happen at an advanced rate than they do in the real world, so you have more turns of combat in the Matrix than you would for your initiative step. Also, bear in mind, things that happen in this universe happen simultaneously side by side with things happening in the real world, so for the duration that you're hacking into this, your decker, or any character who's doing the hacking, is removed from combat because they are completely lost in this world and are very open and vulnerable to attack otherwise. Killer shot coming up. Hit. 5 points of damage. Standard attack. Okay. So we do a little tandem fight for this, but oh boy. Oh come on. God damn it. An attack program. Close for comfort. Status deceased. Chop Shop Surgical System. Breaking and entering 2 counts. Indecency. Public indecency 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges in file. Alright, let's try another second. If I can figure out. There we go. Alright, now let's join the fray. Fantastic. Excruciating ecstasy of jacking your neural network with it. Washes it over you, grips you, crushes you into a single unit, expands you. You are one with the data stream. Welcome to the Matrix. Free your mind. Alright, Johnny Clean. Let's get over here. By the way, I have no idea how he can book it so damn fast. It's impressive. Let's get this killer shot. Oh, damn it. It's a quick attack, but alright. Got my back. Just gonna kill it. 5 damage. Pretty okay with it. 2 for 2. See if we can make it through. See if we can make it through. 5. Yeah, how about no? News article. Return on subject Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, a Chop Shop Surgical Assistant, was found in the apartment in Snohomish. Earlier this week, the body had been there for as long as a month when Forsberg landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death had been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body was a massive puncture wound and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress meds and sedatives. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate had located a will written weeks prior, leaving all of his belongings to a psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to a life that is far too complicated to sprawl. Something to go on. Let's regroup in meat space for a bit. Oh no! There's still things to see. I want to know where that other portal goes. But again, I could be pushing my luck. That's what we do here at late night. Cover. Autopsy records. This could be illuminating. And I love games that reward you for exploring. Yeah, that's a long shot. I hope that doesn't. He's taking a few hits. We'll heal him up a little bit before things go south. Just enough to get into cover. Wonderful. One big killer shot at the target. Nice. Alright, move our attack program. This massive monster creature here. And everybody's missing except also, they're ignoring my guy who still has that damn debuff on. Silas Forsberg. Note, subject was found overdosed on half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety meds were also found in his system. Face was found mutilated, possibly self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed immediately due to the disfigurement and had to check dental records to confirm. No next of kin. Large puncture wounds were found in several places on the body, possibly large bore surgical needle. The body had been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called police when no one answered the door. This definitely does keep getting weirder. So let's review the information we've gathered so far. We have a dead man who's supposedly long gone, but still haunting the real world. Anti-anxiety meds, depression, and other psychological issues. Okay, let's try not to die. Debuff it so it takes more damage. Oh boy. Doesn't seem very impressed with me at the moment. Go back to cyberspace. Oh, we did kill it! Fantastic. But let's not push our luck too far. I'm not sure how this works once you've been detected, if they continually spawn in, or if you're given a kind of a grace period before another one pops up. And we're home free. Could have gone worse, but it went pretty well. So, here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with the living guy you've met. The Newsnet says he left his estate to a psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was given the next clue. My gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace it to find his doctor. Do it. Punch it! Alright, so he's plugged. I have to say. Alright, killer, medic, executive attack. Execute attack program is what I meant to say, but it's getting early in the morning. My brain is slowing down a little bit. Alright, so we start this mission at already about a little under half detection, so we'll have to be quick. And they've already got defense programs out. Interesting. Alright, get to cover. Execute. 75 damage, good hit. Another one. And we've already cut down the problem by one. Line of sight still works in cyberspace apparently, so let's have this take 25% more damage. And another killer shot. Probably won't be able to finish it off. Yep. That'll do. So what's the medical board have to say for us? First entry. Pediatric record. One particular pediatrician's entry stands out from the rest. Child suffers from chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by his physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently with the outbreak of changeling children being born. With the aberrant physiology we're seeing, there is no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seemed to have no effect, upping the dosage. Oh, that's the first one. Whoops. Data missing or corrupted. Contact administrator for help. And this file is quite large and takes well over an hour to read through. I'm glad they trimmed that off for us so we didn't have to go through the whole thing. The final entry, however, is the most significant, written by Dr. Henry Holmes. Silas has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. The latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has excuse me, significantly impacted his treatment. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He has bonded to me in a way unhealthy and frankly unnerving. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimicked speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason, and for the health of the patient, I am assigning another doctor to his case. I will inform him of the next session. Got a name now, Dr. Holmes. Let's keep going and find out where else. Alright, hopefully we can find a current working address, or at least the last one he went to, and then visit it in the physical world. Oh, that's an empty space, never mind. Let's take cover. This is kind of weird that that teleports us back the way we kind of came in here. Okay, I can make it right next to it. That's temp fate. Okay, that was only 10 damage. I'm surprised. I thought that would have been way, way more in excess of what we took. One killer shot. Perfect. Move up. Let's improve our chance to hit. And fire away a killer shot. 75 damage. Can we... Let's reduce the alarm state a little bit here. But, oh. Whoops. Can't do that without a full bar. Let's make my other self a little bit useful. Miss. Nice. I'll take a 97. 90. That's fantastic. 75. And 50. And 75. Cool. Employment records. Exactly what we were looking for. Check previous employers. He's a psychiatrist in residence at Mercy Mental Hospital in Washington. Same, then a private practice. Current employment. Holds position of chief for Mercy Mental Hospital in Washington. Alright. Alright, we made it this time without alerting the security program, so we should be able to leave without being harassed. In theory, anyway. I'll try it again, run the entire distance. We were still technically in a combat space. Away we go. Okay, come on. That was rather easy. Reality is at the end of the day. It's at the end of the day contextual. And as the lead role comes back into focus, your head once again tries to settle on towards the real. While the philosophical question lingers, your meat body demands food and drink. Disconnect from your deck to find safe houses for you. Interesting. Also, really glad we upgraded our deck and our attack programs before going in there, otherwise we would have had a hell of a lot harder time getting through that part of the mission than we would have otherwise. David looks almost as tired as you do. You can tell that this case has gotten under his skin like it has yours. Any luck in there? We found an exact match for the DNA, but it was linked to a dead chop shop assistant by the name of Silas Forsberg. Now, I have my theories, but what do you think is going on yourself? This? Silas must have an identical twin brother. No, that's unlikely. Possible, but unlikely. Silas faked his death. I believe that one. Big death. Distinct possibility. What was it we saw in the autopsy report? The face was a mangled mess. Just dental records. Can dental records be faked, though? Killed by sedative. Says thumbs ripped his own face off. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing that to yourself, there's no way that any amount of sedatives you could sit there and actually rip your own face off. Really phoned. Coroner really phoned it on that one. It happens way too often when there's no next of kin waiting to foot the bill for a thorough autopsy. I definitely don't think that report told the whole story. They match the identity by the dental records, right? Not the most reliable. That matches up with something I've seen runners try. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a replica set of teeth for you. You'll find some schlub off the street with no one in this. Swap the teeth and throw the heat off the trail for a while. Luckily, I've never been that desperate. Why do you get those links to the police records of people linking to a different crime? I had a prior unlicensed plastic surgery. True, wouldn't look too good for someone's record if they wanted to become a doctor, but I think this is beginning to come together. The late Silas holds belongings to a doctor, Dr. Holmes. Employment records have him as administrator at the Mercy Mental, and the picture on his file matches the person you saw downtown. The same person the DNA belongs to. All of the evidence points to him being the killer, whoever he really is. Probably bring my friend Sam murderer to justice. See, I clearly did not want to be found. If I was you, I'd hire a team before heading over there. I side-loaned a ton of valuable data from those Lone Star Matrix nodes. Here's your cut. You're not coming? I think my part here is done. You might want to go sticking your hand in the hornet's nest, but I'm a little more wary of the jobs I take these days. In other words, he's completely happy to sit here on the computer rather than going out into space. Got it. Let's see if he's upgraded any of his gear for us in the time since we left. Killer level 2, absolutely. Actually, let's sell that first before we do anything else. Killer 1, I just saw it game though. Oh, it saved on. I didn't know it saved items in the cart. Sort of like a website. How cute. Let's see if we have any new guns available. Despite the hour, Buster is fastidious, putting together another wrinkle-free suit. He shows every indication he's been up for hours, sunk up to his elbows in a dozen crates, each containing objects of sinister matte black hidden beneath curls of straw-colored packing foam. The foam flies about as he inventories the shipment, clinging to every surface except for Buster's immaculate suit. Just in time, I've got a whole new slew of toys in from a supplier back east. Factory fresh and still smelling of their mother's gun oil. Maybe there's something in this batch that you'd be interested in. How long you been in the trade, Buster? Well, let's see. I left Calgary on July 8th, 2038 at 6:13 in the morning. It was a Thursday. From there, I wandered a bit, applied my skills as a merc in a half-dozen different wars, official or otherwise. Never did take up running shadows like some of the boys I knew. Too subtle for my taste, I suppose. Surely there was no shortage of full-scale engagements to be had, so I didn't want for work. Might still be doing it today if I hadn't lost my arm. How did you lose it? It was all so stupid. Some Azzies were lobbing smokers behind our lines, more to mess with us than anything. I decided to toss one back. And didn't it just figure that the one I grabbed ain't a smoker? I got it off, but only just barely. Shredded my old arm, but good. Got plenty of other scars to remember the moment by as well, but the arm was the big one. So, take a word of advice from an old soldier. Make sure you're never holding a grenade in one hand unless you just pulled the pin with the other. Now, if I haven't given you reason to doubt my professional competence, how about we talk turkey? What can I get for you? Right, pistols. SMGs, still not my bag. Shotguns, nice, but again, not what we're building for. Heckler & Koch G12A3Z. Assault rifles, just as deadly. Only a 2-point damage upgrade when the cap is increased. Just yet. But it has been a long time since we've upgraded. I can always sell it later. And I'll take a little bit off the price with this too, so that'll help. Confirm. And we're loaded out, we're ready to go for that one. Let's see, there's any extra med kits. Drones, grenades. 1,000 different grenades, drone repair kits, and nothing I'll need for the next run. Kind of a shame, really. Any new armor? There's a cockroach in my eggs. That's the protein. Yeah. That's a good lie, my friend Mersman. Good lie. Let's take a look. Alright. Now, could just be me, but is that a bunny mask on top of what looks like dark armor? Oh, that's not the one I need. Take it off my dick. Seems like a good idea. Fitness plus 1, AP plus 5, armor 6. Plus 5. You know what? Quickness is probably more beneficial, but I'm not running around with a stupid rabbit mask on my face, so... Yes. So, we just have... Pandemonics. No. Okay, then. Remove that. Perfect. Oh yeah, definitely got that Mad Max look going on now. And Eltronon's more for mages and shamans, so we'll leave him alone for now. Most Doc casting on course. Just one glance is limited to tell the good doctor is exhausted. After crumpled scrubs and stained with a mix of blood and other fluids too colorful to be naturally occurring in the human body. Her eyes are those of a person who's built up a substantial sleep debt and has no idea when or how to begin paying it off. I'm not one to talk, but you look like direct. I love the substitute words in this entire fiction. I'm afraid there isn't much I can do for that. Doc Castle snaps her fingers and calls forth the spirit, harmlessly perched on her shoulder. This cute little guy. It appears out of the ether that Dr. Amelia seems less fatigued than she was before. Now, what can I do for you? Everything alright, Doc? Here at the Union? Yes, fine. I'm just getting back myself. Days here tend to be slow, so I volunteered at a medical center on the other side of Touristville. And I had a rough shift. Okay, we're talking about? And you heard, doctors don't like to talk about their problems. It makes us appear less godlike. But I'll humor you. I didn't hear all the details. All I really know is what came in on the lips of the victims, helping them to still speak. Apparently one of the Baron gangs incurred the wrath of the local Seolpa? Wait, rings? Again, I could be mispronouncing that. Leading to a rolling shootout through the city streets. Several bystanders were injured. But the real mess didn't begin until the party crashed into the yard of an old industrial plant out of the Union Hill Road. They awoke some sort of toxic spirit, which then began running amok, causing DC as much damage as the initial battle. And we were left to pick up the pieces, of course. But enough about my troubles. Let's hear about yours. Tell me about what ails you. Let's see if she's upgraded into cyberware yet. Basic, still basic. And all quite expensive. Yeah, I'm gonna pass for now. We haven't used any of our medical supplies just yet, so let's go ahead and get our crew together. Wait, what's that? Hey, it's the crew from last time in casual gear. Fan-friggin-tastic. You guys ready for more money? Let's see. Hidden Fancy. You're hired. Definitely network. Where's the dwarf? Alexander Fall. Still a badass. Wait, what's this? I know they're this time. Wait, do their skills upgrade with us as we go? Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know they did that. Alright, who did we bring last time? Aside from her, we got stuck with her. Oh! Wait. She wanted to go with us because to avenge her dead brother, so yeah, you know what? Let's help give her closure. I mean, I would take someone else, probably. Ravina V? I'm gonna call her VV from now on. I would have taken her, but again, story plot, closure. I like that kind of thing in the story. Head to Mercy Hospital. I keep thinking of it from Left 4 Dead Mercy Hospital, but yes, let's go confront Dr. Holmes. Mercy Mental Hospital. The blood you found at the warehouse belongs to a man masquerading as one Dr. Holmes, and you've tracked him to Mercy Mental Hospital, located in the notoriously anti-metahuman farmlands of Snohomish. The drive to the hospital is long and unpleasant. Finally, you reach the walled and gated hospital compound. Despite the pretense of security, the gate is unguarded, unlocked, and open. No one stops or greets you as you drive up to the large, crumbling building. Gothic ramparts top a damaged roof, cracked walls and broken windows. All around the building is a lawn gone wild. Only the artificial light from within speaks of inhabitants. You walk up to the hospital steps to confront Sam Watt's killer and bring an end to the Emerald City Ripper. Ooh, exciting. Alright. So I'm kitted out. She still has the grenades from last time, so let's give her the concussion grenade just in case. Falk, you really don't need a grenade, so... I really don't think Shaman needs a grenade either, so we'll keep it this way for now. Excuse me. I have work today. It's unspent karma. You unspent? Yeah, but how much could it possibly be? Oh, 6 points of karma. Why not? Strength, close combat. Improve our intelligence probably wouldn't be a bad choice. Charisma could probably do with a helping hand. Yeah, let's up our charisma and then put 1 point into biotech. Welcome, sir. What business brings you to Mercy Mental Hospital? I'm investigating a murder. Let's not give it away just yet. Here it is in a patient. I'm here to see Holmes. Dr. Holmes. Ah, new customer. Please wait in the common room up ahead. I'll notify the good doctor. Press X to down. We'll be with you in a moment. Doors locked. Please stay within the cafeteria. Ooh, hello there. What's this? It's an automated medication dispensary. It doesn't recognize you, so nothing happens. Alright. Hey, guy, have you seen Josie? I don't think so. I know, right? I haven't seen him in days. Dr. Philippe told me not to worry about it. He says I worry too much. But who am I supposed to play chess with? Donnie over there can't suss more than match 4. I want to believe that's their version of Connect 4, which is hilarious. Wait, Josie's a... Okay, let's be a little bit more sensitive. Come on. What's so important about this Josie character? Quite a guy. What's he look like? Well, he's big. He's got a big gold ring. The doctors let him keep it when he got here. Sometimes he lords it over us, but I'm sure if I had a ring like that, I would do the same. He says he won it playing for the Screamers in the Super Brawl years back. Urban Brawl, huh? That's a rough profession. So Josie couldn't take the pressure. No, let's ignore that one. I could see an ex-brawler becoming a celebrity around here. Sure. Yeah, let's go with the neutral option. Not too rough for Josie. He says he went whole seasons without any injuries. He usually plays outrider, though. Will you at least help me look for him? I have this key I swiped off the day guard, but they keep a close eye on us. You could have a peek in the infirmary and see if he's there, or if there's a record. He might just be in the cool-off room, they won't tell me. Let's see if I can... Yeah, no sweat, I can do that for you. Really? Really? Great! I wish everybody was as nice as you. Not like my mom. What does Donnie have to say on the subject? Hello, stranger. You look new here. Are you new here? No. Not taking the shepherd option. I'm looking for Dr. Holmes. Donnie's face blanches. I don't think you really want that. Not really. Sounds creepy, son. What's that supposed to mean? Around here, you don't want to attract the attention of the doctor. If you stay quiet, life is much easier. Much easier. I'm Zelphis. Who are you? Name's Donnie. That's my name. Donnie. D-O-N-N-Y. I knew I didn't recognize you. I know everybody in this place. Everybody. Well, everybody on the first 2 floors. Anyone I should look out for, Donnie? No, not on this floor. Only us calm ones are allowed up in the cafeteria. If you're violent, you have to eat in your room. I'm doing hell. Right, you know what? I think they're shoehorning us into this question, so I'm just going to go ahead and ask it. Well, you don't want to talk to me. I don't work here. I'm not crazy enough for that. I should go. Also, can I hack this terminal? Wait, check that first. clock has stopped, probably snowing a time from 40 years ago. Fair enough. Guard's not looking. Oh, I'm not allowed to hack it, it's apparently. Maybe it's for later. Stench of blood and mold. Need something stronger. We should move closer to the infirmary. Let's check the computer first. Patient information for oh, it's Hosea as opposed to Josie. Hosea C. Dawson is open on the cyber terminal. What's his medical history? Date of birth 7/18/2015. Meters. Occupation retired. Allergies none. Alprelazam and Ramexitine? Not sure how to pronounce that. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Deceased. The patient had undocumented cyberware in the left arm, as well as multiple pieces of shrapnel in various locations. Complications would likely arise if transplanted to another host. The rest of the body is in excellent condition and can be used to improve other subjects as well as to fulfill some custom. The mental institution is doubling as a chop shop. The surgical cart is strewn with gruesome tools, motorized saws, and metal vices. The severed arm lies next to a zipped body bag. The arm looks human and appears neatly severed at the elbow. There's a large gold ring on the index finger. Its owner is probably the occupant of the bag. Slip the heavy ring into the cold finger and feel its weight in your hand. Inside is an engraving. It reads, Screamers 2048. You find an unlabeled tri-bit disc. You have no way of playing back the disc at this time. I'm going to just go ahead and guess, but that might actually prove useful later. Tell another friend. What? Tell me, did he get released? Maybe you should have this. Wow, okay. Getting pretty dark here pretty quick. You mean he... Oh, God. Well, thanks for your help. Noise of a scratchy PA system blasts through the room. Attention, Zelphis. Please report to the North Hall to meet with the administrator. Yeah, sure. Really want to hack that computer. Alas, I probably won't be allowed to. Oh yeah, that's definitely him. The elf standing before you may quite possibly be the ugliest elf you've ever seen. His meticulously clean lab coat, format jacket, and old-fashioned bow tie give him the look of an undertaker from centuries past. As you approach the window, he locks eyes with you, smiling a thin, unnerving smile. Good day to you. How can I help you? Dr. Holmes, also known as Silas Forsberg, how about we chat? Dr. Holmes, I presume. You're a hard man to reach, especially considering you're dead. I'm sorry, who's dead? He acts genuinely confused, but he can't seem to drop the smile from his lips. Alright, I know. That's how you want to play it, Dr. Holmes, with reason to believe you're involved in the Emerald City killings. Got the act, Doc. I know you killed the real Holmes, and I know you're running around town carving up people for parts. There's a good racket you got going here, but you get sloppy with your kills and the Rivers Trail leads right to your door. I've pretty much lost my patience with this guy at this point. My word, such violent paranoia. It's a pity. But what should I expect? This is a place for broken things, after all. You are so very broken. Guards! Alright, combat begins, I guess. On the ground, now! Yeah, sure, I'm gonna believe you. Also, someone who put themselves right into the water ring. Yeah. Get away with that one. Might have picked out a guard and I'm not getting out that one. Now I have to act first and foremost. Good. Yep, we're things have already gone to hell. Okay. Well, let's go say hello. Hit for 150 damage. Beautiful. Missed. Let's crack that door. Oh, that's the one past where the two inmates were sitting. Right. Patience. I'm going to leave at least one person watching over my body while I hack the world. What's in here? Aside from more enemy programs. Alright, I think we should bring our tap That's good. Let's try it. And it does 50 damage. Excellent. Okay, I don't trust anything that says charging. Oh, missed. Alright, regular attack. 125. 100. This. Server. Buyer's records. What is that? Okay. That's something you tell me, so off we go. Log out. Sweet. That might come in handy. Thank you, Brian. Shitty custom. Custom. You know what? I think after this dungeon, I'm going to call it a night. Because no sleep and work. Stupid at the moment. Well, stupider. Hey, basic head kit. Oh, it's an alternative route through here. Cover? Armor. I just lost the opportunity to do that because I was moving around. Shotgun. Hello there. Also, is my imagination for shotgun change? Man, I'm telling you, this Shaman is not wrong. Try and make her move first. cells of disrepair. Honestly, my brain wanted to read that as despair. As you venture deeper into the asylum, you see that the inside is every bit as bad as the outside. Gone is any attempt to uphold sanitary hospital aesthetics. With peeling paint, cracked floors, and exposed conduit, the pretense of mental care is shattered. In this modern era, Mercy Mental Hospital is a throwback to the barbaric asylums of old. Prisons and torture chambers rather than places of healing. It's clear that Dr. Holmes is spending his money on something other than this facility. You continue on. Holmes can only run so far. Oh, you guys ever have that feeling when you just crack your jaw just right? Open the cells, they'll kill us all. Violent patient, prison guards, and all the wonderful cover that a wheelchair can provide. Reload. It's getting out of hand. Let's best shot ever. Oh hey, the NPCs are attacking each other. Perfect for our purposes. Just yet. But we can armor him up too. Okay, keep moving. You can't really do anything helpful at the moment, so move up. I have to say, these two are working out wonderfully for a team. When I first tried the game, just kind of get a feel for the controls and such, I picked two randoms just to kind of get a feel for it. Oh my god, they were awful. It's part of why I don't like adepts. Dr. Holmes, the intercom begins speaking as soon as you approach. Holmes must be watching from somewhere. You don't understand, do you? This is a place for broken things, but only by further breaking them can they be remade. And so, we must break you. I don't know, I see him speaking that way, just as a character. Oh crap. Okay. Let's have you stand back a little bit. the metal. Per usual. Oh wow, for being slow, he didn't really move it, did he? Hit the other one. Back to the board. So, as I was saying before combat broke out, I don't understand why you would choose to play as a physical combat adept. Their abilities don't seem that strong, let alone reliable, which is a greater chance it seems to miss. Scooching there next to him. Get closer. I have a shotgun. Try full auto. Okay, maybe not. Single shot. Okay, I missed my target, but I hit the other guy. Let's try that again. Still didn't hit the target I was aiming for. Okay. Shotguns are amazing. I normally in game shotguns are awful, but this I'm not even mad that I missed. Really not. Severely wounded one and killed another by accident. So yep. I'm 4 times the charm. Oh, this is so goofy. I love it. It's a cover. Alright. What the hell? Okay. Big crazy in the straight jacket. Very angry. Got it. Mark target. Cover. Kinda wish she wasn't in there that close, but because he has a reduced AP value, he's not getting a second shot with the shotgun like she does. So let's see. Hit water. Let's do it. Hey, 24 and 24. Worth it. Okay, padded room number 1 reveals no secrets. Learning to do this now every time I get transitional forward. There's one less action on it. Haste! Oh, it's not a transition corridor. Not there yet. I really thought that was going to be a... Oh, there it is. That's the raise patient machete. Hi, buddy. You sure you want to do that? Yeah, this is definitely going to be oh, that's creepy. Private player holds a collection of personal diaries and video files from this thing. Certain player files. Hold on. Three. Alright, play video 6. Maria Mercurius is able to just listen to this chip installed in the exact drop camera. Purchased using her deposit of 6 cents to use the Mercurius live ship. don't like where this is going with this character.
I'm perfectly set up to man with barracks on 20,000. He likes to live, he says. All his life is remains. He says he will be in touch with some more lives. If I were competent special orders, some more flies are already over anyway. These things are my
Okay, wow, this guy's an absolute monster. The Emerald City Ripper. Before you is a medical lab turned torture chamber. The smell of old blood and decayed flesh permeates the room. Gory stains speak of the bodily fluids spilled without regard for well-being or hygiene. There are bodies, probably former patients, trapped in hideous machines, enduring horrific experiments. The subjects you can see all appear dead. Many that aren't must wish they are. You've chased Holmes to his lair, just as his face reveals an ugly soul, so does his safe haven, it would seem. Holmes, Silas, the Emerald City Ripper. The elf is a monster beyond compare. It's time to end this. Alright, first rule. Take cover. Another intercom practice one solid blow would offer a few moments of blessed silence. It's also a red chance to get a word into the good doctor. He greets you with more of his chittering laughter. You are a persistent fine specimen. How long are you going to hide, Doc? Nothing to say. Simply an observation. What I have next is what you most of doing. Kite cell, subdue them. I don't know how you would chitter. Big ugly thing on the left. Alright, so there's two. Yeah, two ads. Oh, I have to be beyond the curtain. Okay, that's just not happening, by the way. How the shit you miss something that big from the accuracy of that? Well, good start. Haste. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Quite enough. Okay, what the shit? Is he just immune to accuracy improvements? Hey, 18 damage. That's definitely. Medkit time. Full auto. Damage. How do you miss something that huge that's standing right there? Did that knock her out? This Shaman is really fragile. 30% chance, not happening. Or we can make a big push. Give you, but shotgun. Holmes drops to the ground, the light in his eyes fading fast. It only keeps the shriveled husk of his soul stuck to the mortal coil for a few moments more. This is a place for broken things. I remake them. She asked me to make her. Then I just did one more laugh, his glazed eyes rolling forward toward the workbench across the way. Just wait. One action point. Your experience has increased your ability to operate in dangerous situations. That's going to be huge going forward. Then, with a final bloody whimper, the Emerald City Ripper breathes his last. fantastic. That felt like a really good boss fight. I mean, if we didn't have someone who could heal, that would have been atrocious, but hey, not bad. Holmes' workbench falls somewhere between coroner's slab and medieval torture device. It is decorated in the many colors of death and littered with the instruments of that trade. To one side there is a leather-bound journal stuffed with uneven pages. To the other is a pocket secretary. It's a small screen still glowing. Beneath the bench is a rolled sheaf of papers that papers held closed with a tied length of surgical tubing. Let's see. Investigate the workbench. The bench has clearly played host to numerous bodies over its lifetime. It includes limb restraints as well as skeletal traction mechanisms. At this table, Holmes likely dismembered bodies or quite possibly put them back together. The tackiness of the blood must have been used recently. Journals say, leafing through the pages you find few intelligible entries. Holmes may not have been a real doctor, but his handwriting certainly fits the stereotype. Stuffed in the last few pages is a copy of a disinterment order from the local cemetery. The grave's occupant marked as Linda Watts. No way. No, come on. Well, there's the connection between Sam. What's the pocket secretary say? Holmes is still logged in, granting you access to his currently loaded files. Prominent among them is a hospital report from a donor program. It lists the organs beside the name and vital statistics of the recipients. Your eye catches on Sam Watt's name beside the entry for liver. Also on the list are the Ripper's other known victims, along with several others who may have shared in the same fate. There is also a large sum of Noonian which can easily be transferred to your account. Rolled sheep. Unfurling the large sheet of paper, you discover a diagram of the human female form, rendered to an impressive level of detail. It appears to be the blueprint for making Holmes' very own monster. That was disturbing. Wait, what's that? Oh. Chip's slot is still fresh, the open wound pink and red to blurred. His voice drips innuendo, but his eyes say nobody's home. What? Oh, hello there, did you come to play? Are you alright? How long have you been here? Of course we're okay, we're ready for a little party. You want to have a little party with me? Iron Man. She's assembled in a standard configuration, face of a school of a body of a stripper, and you need some thick beer goggles to miss the work she's had done. What? I'm afraid to ask Google what that translation is, but PersonFX chip wafer. What the hell is a PersonFX chip person? Use the chip eraser on the Baraka. Erase Holmes' program. Yeah, absolutely. His eyes focus and his hand raises slowly to his head. Fingers can be wet and sticky. Panic twitches at the corner of his mouth as he surveys the room. First you, then the girl, then down to his own body, which is no longer his. Sweet Jesus, what did he do? What am I? He begins weeping, body racked in great inconsolable heaving sobs. Is there not one for her? She's shit out of luck. That's not fair. What's down here? Nothing? Or nothing? Once again, nothing. So, out we go. As you approach the exit, you realize that Shannon lingers quite a few steps behind. Looking back, you see that she is half turned, looking pensively towards the horror show of Holmes' lab. Finally feeling your eyes on her, she faces you and raises her head in a proud, almost defiant manner. You have done much good here tonight. You have removed two vile creatures from this world, and so ended a growing shadow that cast upon the city. Our paths crossed in joy, and we did this thing together, but now here our paths must divide. To say the job ain't over, lady. Could sure use your help with what's coming. And I'm sure I could use your help with what I must do next. A distant cry of pain echoes down from somewhere above, and the young shaman pauses to listen to the tortured sound. There's still much work to be done for both of us, but what must be done differs for each of us. I came here to find justice for my brother, and that's been done. His spirit can now find rest, but there are other victims of the Ripper, both alive and dead, who still struggle to find a peace. Many of them are here in this place, filling the hall with their torment, and I cannot leave them behind. But the spirits have something else in store for you, a different path. You must finish what you've begun. You must confront the first evil that fostered the one we have just ended. I appreciate it. There's no way to change your mind. I suppose I can respect that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Because of you, my brother's killers met swift justice, and justice is the only sort of man such as Holmes deserved. Death. I will now set to the task of healing those he has left behind. For every madman we face tonight, there are a dozen innocent souls crying out in need. Spirits of the departed will also need help in passing, or else I fear they may become like those we've met in the hangar. They all deserve my help. What about Lone Star? They can't be far behind. When they enter that room back there, they will have no thoughts of promotion. With the Ripper in hand, my brother will be forgotten, along with all the other victims. But so too will I. I will not be a problem. Whether that's true or not, Shannon's confidence and very presence seem capable of making it true. Good luck to you, Zelphis. I hope you find the same justice for your friend that I found for my brother. I appreciate it, man. Good to you. Wow, that... Alright, so there's a connection between Melinda Watts, Sam Watts, Jessica Watts, and the Emerald City Ripper. Wait, Jessica mentioned her mother was an organ donor. She's Catholic. She wanted to have the body buried. Reinterred was the term she used. Oh no. Anyway, I'll hold my suspicions until they're proven correct or wrong. Loose ends. The ride back to the Seamstresses Union is quiet compared to the pandemonium left behind at Mercy Mental Hospital. Lone Star squad cars passed you on the road, sirens blaring, no doubt in response to the aftermath of your showdown with the late Dr. Henry Holmes, the Emerald City Ripper, the man who violently repossessed the internal organs of Sam and Jessica's mother, Melinda Watts. And although the killer is dead and his grip on the city is broken, it's clear he wasn't working alone. There are loose ends aching to be tied. The taxi turns onto Redmond Way, cruising past now familiar landmarks until the Seamstresses Union. In all its decadent, seedy glory, materializes between swipes of its oversized windshield wipers. Time to evaluate your next move. Whereas for me, it's a glass of water and some sleep. What? That's neither here nor now. The Union is quiet this afternoon. The cellarmen and waiting slaves have migrated from nearby offices and suburbs down the exotic just yet. Perfect. Well, let's go ahead and dispense our karma. We're having some trouble hitting monsters. We want to change our combat. Did I increase chance to hit by 20 cooldown? Dodge. One left over. Right. Oh shit, what is he doing? Hey! Wow, okay, my character decided to go nuts for a minute there. There he is. Johnny Clean is talking with Cherry Bomb and Miss Kabuto when you walk up. We were just talking about you, Zell. The Emerald City Ripper arrives to try to steer a killer to a mental hospital. There is some irony in that. Johnny Clean told us where you were going and why. We have been waiting for your return. I think we'll be better than that, John. Johnny frowns and nods your right. I should have kept my mouth shut. I should have known better. It's just that we have a personal stake in the Ripper murders. We each have our reasons for wanting the killer found. Sam was a regular here, and his loss has been felt, regardless of his shortcomings. The whole sprawl has been shaken by these killings as well, the randomness of them. No one knows if they will be the next, or what the killer might take. I admit the killing has hampered business as well. I'm sorry, but it is true. It does not help that Sam's body was found down the street from here. Even my regular customers have been loath to venture out with the killer on the loose. Without Tell us, did you find the person responsible for the ripper? Exactly. I don't think that's still out there. Is it pulling the strings of a serial killer? Sounds more complicated than I suspected. It is. Harvest their specific body parts and treat them. Yeah, that's the better option. Sam had an organ transplanted from his mother, and then the Ripper killed Sam and all those other people just to reassemble Sam's mother. Got sign of it now. Since a cause and effect on this, Cuddy and Jake Armitage just left to attend Sam's funeral. I'm told there will be a reinterment ceremony for his mother as well. My sister invited me to a funeral reinterment. Think his sister Jessica had something to do with it? Hang on, I saw Sam's sister when she was here the other day. She was as quiet as they come, but I can't imagine a lake like that behind a series of murders. There's something else going on. Yes, clearly you must go to the funeral and talk with Jessica Watts, Zelphis. That's why. I need to pay my respects to Sam. Miss Capitu raises her hand and the conversation stops. Wait, before you go, there's one thing you did not tell us, Zelphis. Where is this Emerald City Ripper now? Decomposer. But before we go anywhere, I'm going to tool up and see if there's anything here I can take. And let's have a talk with our favorite Anderson concert. Come on. There we go. Welcome back, Zelphis. Good to be back. What's the latest news? I should be asking you. Word around here is that you were closing in on the Ripper last left. Dare I ask how that went? It won't be a problem anymore. And yet your shoulders are no more relaxed. You still survey the room like a man who is yet to return for more. This isn't over, is it? I may have been killing on someone else's orders. I was hoping this would soon all be behind us. Barons is a short memory, but for wounds such as these, it makes an exception. I see this prolonged, I fear before we change the landscape. Gangs have already started to take advantage of the chaos left in the Ripper's wake, and that only serves to destabilize what semblance of order there was, paving the way for the megacorps to make land grabs and push poor Sinless? Time? Sinless further from the fringes where the gang dangers are greatest. Sooner or later, even the Union could be threatened. Maybe a couple. Take care. That's our stash. Welcome back. Some piece I see use the pity for earnest. Perhaps a full physical is in order. We can call it a medical consultation. That's right, roughly determine the odds of your survival based on your professional proclivities. It comes with a lollipop. So what'll it be? Yeah, let's see the medical supplies. That's med kit, yes, confirm, take it. Cyberware, is there any upgrades? Nope. Actually, curious about my lost over the years. System works with a hard look, her expression normally falls in the axis of very confusing indifference, depending on her level of tiredness, but for now, she prefers something decidedly darker. It's more of a clear. What do you say? It's fine. It's give you a hard number, it's difficult. There are many who I work with Stipulations that have made it home, so I suppose one could say they died while under my care, and as a result of it. The number I think he wants is the number of patients who died on my table, and that number is 6. 6 who I was unable to save, spread across a 13-year career, and I remember each and every one, down to the smallest detail, including the one where I realized I could do nothing. I would argue that 4 of those 6 were beyond helping from the moment they passed through my door. The 5th died as a result of complications while installing a stolen piece of experimental cyberware, which I had cautioned against using. And the 6th? Entirely my fault. I made a mistake. I can't claim I was overtired or inexperienced or distracted. I simply made the wrong decision and the young man died as a result. Sorry about that, Council. That's something else. Yeah, I didn't want to end that conversation on that note, but sure. I don't know why we were asking that in the first place. Alright, I'm sorry. I realize I'm hurrying through conversations so I can go to sleep. So, also, stop spazzing out each time I try to click the menu option. Thank you very much. Save game. New save. Back to the menu, please. Well, we'll figure out where this goes at the funeral the next day we start this up. But for now, thanks for joining us for a late night video. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Any questions or concerns, feel free to leave them behind in the chat. We'll take them out later. Maybe it might be me tomorrow, might be